everyone, I want to quickly show you a setup. Now, if you watch the end of this video, you will understand what setup I'm about to show you. But because this is in the intro, it will be all new to you, right? So this is the setup I was talking about in today's video, okay? We popped a BD signal outside the zone, RSI had turned red, and as you can see here, a 30-minute expiry would have been a nice winner. If we took this same trade on Forex and had to take profit at the bottom of this zone here, that was also a winner. Now, I actually took this in the video. I entered around here at the top here, but as you can see, a 30-minute expiry was a nice winner. So with that out of the way, let me just put my camera back on my tripod and spin it around there. And one more time. And we're good. Right, so yes, I'm finally back after a week of sunbathing and vacation, and it's extremely good that you get away. You know, you finally get away from the charts and trading and kind of reflect how 2019 went and planning our future goals for 2020. On that topic, I want to show you my institutional account. So if you know me well, you know that I've been trading an institutional account for a hedge fund company, and these are the results for this month. So today is the 28th of October, so it's almost a full month. So I want to show you my results for October. As you can see here, over 35 grand, as you can see, if I just keep going like this. Okay, all the results for October, which is very, let me bring this up here, which is very good. I've been told I need to hit around 1 and 1.5% a week. And as you can see, I've done over 30% in a month, so I'm quite impressed with that. So another topic I want to talk about, the Binary Destroyer 7.0. So while I was away, I was having a chat with a couple of members. In fact, the best way to show you this is probably on the chart. So let's head over to the computer now, and I'll actually show you what new features I'm doing. So to show you what I'm talking about, it's actually good to load up my chart so you can actually see what I'm explaining. So you'll notice in the top left corner here, we've got pullback modes. We've got pullback mode on, pullback mode off, and alert off. Now we turn these buttons on and off to give us different strategies with the Binary Destroyer. Now I've been talking with a couple of the BD members, and instead of having these buttons now, we're going to have a drop down menu. So in this drop down menu, you will have all of our strategies, the Mogwai and Ben's pullback BD strategies. And you simply just click on one of those strategies and the Binary Destroyer will automatically load up that chosen strategy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is a complete first. There's no other indicator out there that does that. And it's something that I'm absolutely excited about, because when you buy an indicator, you normally have one strategy and that's it. But we have 5 strategies. Now, there's a reason why we have 5 strategies. And those reasons are because every single strategy will work in a different market condition. If you've got a trend trading strategy, okay, it's going to work perfectly with the trend. But if the market's going sideways and consolidating, a trend trading strategy is not going to work. So this is why you would use maybe a ranging strategy or breakout strategy or something like that similar. So this is why we have 5 different strategies for every single market condition. If the price is trending up, great, we use a trending strategy. If the price is ranging, we use a ranging strategy. If for instance, we want a swing trade, we would use this strategy. And for instance, if we're trading binary, we would use, I don't know, the normal Binary Destroyer strategies. And each one is going to work slightly different. Like I said, I'll give you an example. We've got one BD member that's a full-time trader using the Ben strategy. He actually sent me an email the other day saying that he's now successful with the Ben strategy. You know, I don't actually use the Ben strategy. I don't really get on well with it. I use the AND strategy and normal Binary Destroyer strategy, you see. So each strategy is tailored for different market conditions, and obviously if you're a member, you look at the market slightly different to each person. So that's why we have different strategies for different traders and different market conditions. Now also, okay, because we've got different strategies, the Binary Destroyer 7.0 actually has now 4 different arrows, and now these are one of the arrows using the Mogwai strategy. And as you can see here, pretty impressive arrows. Now these was designed by one of the BD members, and what I've done is I've slightly adjusted the settings slightly just to make it slightly more powerful. I'll explain that in a later video when I actually get the 7.0 back. But yes, this is the Mogwai signal arrows, and as you can see, I'm pretty confident both binary and forex, these would be all nice, beautiful winners. So yes, that is pretty much it. That's the Mogwai strategy with its new arrows. So yeah, I'm not going to keep rattling on, okay? What I'm going to do now is we're going to go into some videos, we're going to do some live trading, and then hopefully I'll do another video at the end of the week talking about, well, hopefully I actually get the files back and I can actually do some live trading with you with the 7.0. So yes, yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Hi everyone, sorry this video is a little bit rushed, but I just want to show you this absolute perfect setup on Aussie dollar, US dollar here. Now this setup here, in fact let me just bring it down here, I've actually got a couple of losing trades on this. This is why I actually re-entered this, okay? Now this is a cream of the creme setup. Now you wouldn't have actually seen me talk about this setup or trade these kind of setups in any video because I've been kind of analyzing the 7.0 very recently, you know, the last couple of weeks, and seeing how it's performing with different settings, different features, and different entry points. Now obviously with all the other versions like the version 3, 3.5, the 4, 5, 6, all of the zones moved and repainted, and over time it was very frustrating because obviously if you're trading both forex and binary, you were getting setups and you thought they were valid setups, and then a couple of minutes later those zones would shift and they would drive you up the wall. Now because these zones with the 7.0 no longer move, I can go back in time like this and go winner, okay, winner at the top here, okay, and vice versa, okay. I can massively speed up my back testing and seeing how different price action patterns perform over time. Now this is purely just on demo, okay, so I'm not, you know, getting all excited that I'm making loads of money because this is far from it. Like I said, I haven't really traded the 7.0 live yet on a real live account, purely because it's still in developments. Obviously if you watch the intro to this video you will know we're still testing it, so I definitely do not want to be risking real money just yet with the 7.0. Believe me, when I actually do trade that live, you will know, because I'll probably do it live on a video and show you. But nonetheless, okay, in fact, look, these trades have all just dipped nice into money. Hallelujah. Life's good. Right, so yes, these price action patterns with the 7.0 have been an absolute gold mine, okay? Now, I'm not going to go into it too much detail, okay? But you'll notice here, pullback mode on, pullback mode off on the bottom. So on, off, like that, okay? And we get a price action pattern like this. So uptrend, okay, then we pull down. Okay, let me make this a different color so you can actually see. Okay, let me white. Can you see white? Yeah, you can see white. Okay, so first of all, RSI is overbought on the RSI. I've actually got a double confirmation here. Okay, so you can see the RSI has turned red, which is what we want to see. You know, there's no if or buts. If the RSI is turned red, market is overbought. Okay, now the second like price action pattern I like to see is a nice rally up here, then a pullback, then a pull up like this, and then we get a signal arrow inside of this zone. Now 9 times out of 10 these are all winners. Now you can see here our price has just pulled against me, and that explains why these 3 trades here are losses, but that's purely because I tried to predict this price action pattern before it actually happened. I was trying to predict this red arrow here appearing somewhere around here, and that explains why I actually lost this. Well, I'm actually going to lose those 3 setups here. So what I actually did is obviously re-entered on the signal arrow as soon as I try and play this video. That's why I was a little bit rushed. But as you can see here, I normally go for around a 10-minute expiry. Let me find you one. Okay, I'll find you one where, okay, that happened. Okay, so we can actually go back and I'll actually show you the setups live. So let me get rid of this here and I'll actually show you a... Okay, here we go, right, so I'll actually find you one of these setups here. I think this is set up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, that's not a setup here, because price has to make a lower high or higher low, so, okay, here is a setup here, okay, this is a lower high, in fact, no, we're not crossed over on the RSI, okay, this here is a setup. In fact, we've actually got two setups here. Okay, we crossed over on the RSI here. Now you can argue this was a little bit risky, okay, but nonetheless we crossed over on the RSI here. Okay, if I just bring up my line again, you can see how we had a massive rally down here, pulled up, pulled back, popped a signal arrow. Now again, this is outside of the zone, but again, this is also what I'm looking for, a higher low. You can see the low here and then another higher low here. Now these are the patterns that I've been trading a lot recently with the 7.0 and seeing how it performs, just because obviously when we do release the 7.0, I can obviously explain with my members when we go over webinars and training together, you know, different patterns on how the binary destroyer performs. So what were we were looking at NZUSD. So let me just bring this up here. Okay, NZUSD, you can see here how they've all just dropped nicely into the money now, and hopefully in the next 1 minute, my initial entry point also, yes, come on, drop nice into the money. So we've got a minute to go with these. You can also see as well, okay, look, if I actually reverse these arrows, okay, change the settings here, you can see how we actually had, okay, a perfect sell signal, okay, with the normal binary destroyer rules, okay. All I've done is re-entered at a different entry point with this, but you can see here, okay, here's a normal binary destroyer setup, and this is what I like about the 7.0 and these setups, is that you've got one setup here, okay, but there's loads of entry points that you can enter the market on, okay. So for instance here, okay, we had an overbought on the RSI again, like I've explained, and we've actually popped a signal arrow inside of the zone. So again, you could have entered at this signal arrow, so this trade would still be in the money. Okay, or you could have entered when the price was below the moving average, when it started to turn red. Notice how it turns red when we get an uptrend or downtrend. So you could have entered there, or you could have, what I've done is obviously changed the arrows and entered where I did here, which is now why we're still in the money. So yes, everyone, what I'll do is I'll pause the video. I'll be back in 1 minute's time, and yeah, I'll update you on this setup. So yes, as you can see, these are all closing nicely in the money. Now what I'm actually going to do, everyone, okay, is I'm going to reverse the arrows again like this, okay, and show you this normal binary destroyer signal here. Now what I'm interested in is what expiry is performing the best when we're trading the normal binary destroyer rules. So at the minute now, I've been going for a 30-minute expiry, and at the minute now, if this was a 30-minute expiry, we are 23 minutes into a trade and we are in the money. So, oh yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure, look, now we've dropped below again, that a 30-minute expiry with this signal arrow here would also be a winner. So very interesting, okay? It's interesting how we've got one setup, and we've got different entry points with this setup. So again, you know, it's performing as well as it should. So hopefully I'll be making another video for you this week. If you do have any questions, like I said, don't hesitate to ask. Just drop me an email, thebinarydestroyer@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.